Hey guys, Haley here. Today we are going to be doing a video on the differences between the UK and the US. It's huge, so unusual, you guys. So different to me. I'm not used to that. So yeah, let's get to it. I decided to do a little bit of a change of scenery, so I'm in my car. I am going to go get a drink at Starbucks. I'll go ahead and park up and we'll talk about all the differences. So yeah, let's get to it. I have secured the drink. Because I'm basic, I got a pumpkin spice latte, iced, of course, and with almond milk. So good. It's still summer, it's so hot outside, but fall vibes with the pumpkin spice. Gotta do it. Okay, you guys all know that I'm currently dating a British boy from England. When I got stuck with him and during lockdown, I got to notice all of the differences that there are between the UK and the US, so this is why I'm making this video. Okay, I just moved where I was parked because it was way too hot, like right in the sun. So now I'm ready. Okay, first difference that I noticed is the difference in mentality when it comes to the balance between work and social life. In America, we are so trained to success rather than trained as far as what makes us happy in life. In the UK, people there kind of have more of an opportunity to explore what makes them happy rather than what just will give them success. And I actually had a coworker that was originally from Bristol in England, and after I met Kieran, I was like kind of asking her what she liked about England, the differences and stuff, and she told me that one of the major differences for her as a working adult is the difference between work and social life. That balance is so divided. Okay, second major difference, and I'm going to kind of group this one together, is the difference in space. The space that we have in America is so unusual, you guys. More vast, and honestly, I feel like I didn't really understand how big of a difference it was until I was in England. England is obviously pretty small. In comparison, this means that roads are smaller, houses are smaller, the things that are in the houses are smaller, and this is what I'm getting into right now, is all of the appliances and luxuries that Americans are used to having are not common. Well, they're not a necessity in the UK, which I found so weird, and like I never thought about that ever until I went there. But seriously, you guys, like the UK, I would say that it's pretty standard not to have a dishwasher or a dryer. Obviously people do have dishwashers and dryers in England, like do not get me wrong, but I would say that it's so much more common to not have those appliances than it is in America. I think that that's something we are so not used to at all. Let's just talk about fridges. Oh my god, the difference in the space. Obviously in America, our fridge is like standard 2-door, but in the UK, the fridges are so much smaller. Obviously, like I said, some people do have those fridges that are bigger, just like ours in America. It's just so much less standard to have that size of a fridge, if that makes sense. Okay, third major difference is about snacks. They have a lot of similar snacks that we are used to, but they're also different. I know one thing in particular that I'm thinking of is Doritos. So in America, our like original Doritos, like the nacho cheese, whatever, is in the dark red bag. And that is like the original Dorito, right? That's the original flavor. But in England, the dark red bag of Doritos is actually chili heat Doritos. And I know you guys are thinking in America, the like spicy ones are also in a red bag, but it's not the darker red bag. It's like the original red bag is chili heat. And then the original Doritos are in like an orange yellowy type bag. And it's so different to me. I'm not used to that. Like when I went to the store, I like grabbed the red bag just without thinking about it because that's what you do. And when I would get home, I would open up the Doritos and I would be like, why are these so spicy? Another difference is how much the UK loves Cadbury. We have Hershey's, and that is probably like the most widely known, just like standard chocolate. I'm telling you guys, in the UK, Cadbury is huge. Everyone, when they buy chocolate, they only buy Cadbury, like a religion over there. And they do not have so many of the classic snacks that America has. Like, they do not have Cheetos. They do not have Hot Cheetos. They don't have Goldfish, Cheez-Its. They don't have Eggos. When I said Eggo to Kieran one time, he was like, what are you saying? And I was like, oh my god, how do you not know what this is? I don't know, I feel like in America we're just in our own little box of the world, and I'm gonna talk about that later because it's a problem. Yeah, that's it on snacks. Okay, this is a huge one. The difference between customer service between the UK and the US is astronomical. Now, I am not saying that people in the UK never deliver good customer service. Just a disclaimer. However, on a standard level, I would say that the bar is set a lot higher in America for customer service. Maybe that is associated with tips, because also in the UK, they do not tip. I mean, they do, but it's not standard. In America, you have to tip, right? Like when you go out to eat, 20% at least. Over there, that's not how it is. They do not do that. And I'm sure it has a lot to do with how the people have been trained to do customer service. But also, this just makes me think, like when you go to the store or when you go to retailers, the customer service in America is just so much better. Like I said, people in England, they were so nice. It's just, they're not used to the same level, I think, of customer service that we are. So I'm not saying it's bad over there. Sometimes it's bad, but not all the time. It's just that it's different. It's not the same. Like, I'm so used to when I walk into places, people getting up in my face like, hi, how are you? Like all of the things. Just one example in particular is when I went to Starbucks and they just like would sit at the counter and be like, when I walked in, like they didn't say anything, like, what can I get you? Which obviously is totally fine. I'm just not used to it. So that was different. We just have too high of expectations for customer service when we go other places, I think. So that was like a major learning curve for me, and like something that I didn't really expect, I guess. Okay, this is a small one, but also it's huge. I don't know if you guys know. I might just be living under a rock, but I really don't think I am, because I told this to all my friends and all of them were absolutely shocked. You guys all know the song Year 3000. Shout out Jonas Brothers, right? But they did not create that song. A British boy band named Busted, classic boy band, love it. This band, Busted, created the song Year 3000, released it for themselves on their own album years before the Jonas Brothers ever sang it, took it from them, and used it on Disney Channel. Is that not mind-blowing to you guys? The Year 3000 is not originally a Jonas Brothers song. I threw this one in there for Kieran because him and his sister Mia were shocked. That definitely happened because I started playing that song, classic throwbacks. I was like, who's singing this? And I was like, it's not the Jonas Brothers. And they just looked at me like, okay. And another one that I'm going to talk about is schooling. And I feel like this kind of ties into the success aspect that I talked about because of how different the systems are and what the qualities that we capitalize on are between the two countries. So from what I've heard about people's experiences over in the UK and then obviously living my own life here growing up in the US, the schooling expectations are very different. In the US, we are expected to take standardized tests, but there's not anything that we necessarily specialize in. In England, they take specialized courses which help them specialize in certain subjects, and these subjects are ones that they handpick for themselves that could potentially help them understand what they want to pick to do in university. They already have to know what course they're going into and studying before they go to the school. We have a whole extra year to decide what we want to do. Like your freshman year when you go to university in the US is kind of an exploratory year, but in the UK, the standard amounts of time is 3 years there for university instead of 4, like in the US, which I see pros and cons to it, because in America, you kind of have this whole year of wasted time and a lot of wasted money. But I think that kind of comes back to America's want for money. And so what we capitalize on is the money aspect. Guess I'm being a little bit cynical because obviously there are pros to having a whole extra year of college, but at the same time, it shouldn't be necessary. I don't know. So that's it on school. Okay, we have made it to the last difference, overall media. I wanted to especially talk about music and news. Something interesting about the music, people in the UK know all of the popular chart music from the US, but people in the US do not know all of the popular chart music from the UK. I think that's so interesting. It is so prevalent that the US is the leading form of the music and media industry that we have no idea the music that British creators are making over there. And these can be people that are seriously so famous, we have no idea who they are. Like, for example, Kylie Minogue. She is huge over there. Taylor Swift vibes, okay? Like that big. I think they compared her to like Madonna over there. She is huge, right? No idea who she was before I went over there. Anyways, the last thing that I'm going to touch on today is the difference between the news in America and the news in the UK. This difference is honestly concerning. Their news is very focused on world news, talking about what is happening in the world, what the issues are, and what's going on. All of us Americans, if you know, do not have that same experience. Our news is so focused on just what's happening in the US. And I think that makes us so incredibly unaware of our surroundings and of our world and what's going on. It's crazy. It makes me so much more aware of why other people in other countries say that Americans are so naive. And honestly, totally understand why people think that now. So yeah, that's the difference between all of the media. Obviously, there's so much more that I could cover, but don't want to bore anyone to death. If you guys have any more questions about differences between the UK and the US, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned for more videos to come. I'm so excited to keep creating content for you guys. So please make sure to subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me, and I'll see you soon.